Well, I'm in here. I guess I'm a few minutes late. Are you going to be able to? Well, I got an ETA on you, right? Just a couple of minutes. You want to know what's funny? Oh, nobody knows that I'm talking to you. I mean, I am live right now. hmm You saw that? Auntie Leah's in here. Yeah. Archangel Michael's in here too. Ida Corey's in here. And Jennifer Sofranco's in here. And Shannon Smith is in here. And Mar- Maria Barry is in here, and Boston Girl is in here, and Young Jay is in here. Auntie Lee is calling herself Old Faithful. Ah, Old Faithful. Bethany Glick is in here, and Nikisha Armstead is in here, and Yvonne Wildridge is in here, and yeah, Carla Turner is in here, Mojiji is in here, Barbara J is in here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, fair use and all of that good stuff. While free speech is still free speech. And LA Chick is in here. Hmm. Yeah, you know, we in here. Only person that's not in here is you. And nobody knows because I still got you on the headphones. So nobody knows. Well, they can't hear you. I'm sure they've all figured it out by now that I'm talking to someone. I mean, that would just be terrible. That would mean I'm crazy as everybody's tried to say I am. I'm literally sitting here having a conversation. Do me a favor. Why don't you tell me a bad joke? Make me laugh right quick before I get in here and tend to everybody. Yes, family. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to, oh, Jay Mizak is in the building. Anybody who'd like to join the chat, please just grab a membership. And to all known trolls who grab memberships, please know we appreciate your donation, but you're most likely just going to be thrown out of the channel. So, what are you talking about? Listen to me. I don't mean bad in a bad way. You have very interesting jokes, sweetheart. No, it's just, you know what? I got to stop saying that word bad because that word bad never gets properly translated. They're naughty. Your jokes, your jokes, no, not like Michael Jackson. I got a light skinned friend look like Michael Jackson, got a dark skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. I'm not talking about Michael Jackson. Bad, no. Your jokes are very naughty. Well, I guess you could classify under dad jokes. I would just hope that you would never tell any of your jokes to kids. Your jokes can be a little traumatic at times. Like that meme thing that you put up, that short that you put up with the handicapped person. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. See, a- and that's how Hatorius Jackson is very interesting as well. But the truth is, the truth is Hatorius Jackson is probably like that's real. Like serious. Hatorius Jackson is real. It's cuz every great every great person in history has had a hater. Yeshua had Yeshua had so many haters. He had so many haters. You want to know what's really sad? The part where he said that the reason why Yeshua walked on water was because he didn't know how to swim. And that's how he could prove he was black. Like, that was terrible. They do that. Our people do that. Like, it doesn't matter how great you are at something, they find something to pull the out of your awesomeness, out of your awesome sauce. Like, they'll find a way to put vinegar in your awesome sauce. What? What? Yeah, I heard. Well, I mean, she kind of needed to clown them so to get everybody to forget that she's an addict. Thug had to say about her. It's like the worst thing that ever happened to her. Like, hey, Carla. No, I'm serious. Like, is everybody like pretending? Like, people are making more out of that young thug. He said worse stuff about other people. Only thing he said was is that she's ugly. And you know what? Beauty and ugliness is in the eye of the beholder. Not everybody is everybody's cup of tea. And not only that, she's got like a midget body with a like it's she does. She has a midget body and she can barely speak natural English. So I don't understand why everybody's making such a big deal about it. What? So I'm just like, I guess, I mean it's but see, the getting caught driving, operating a motor vehicle where they can smell the alcohol on you through the window. You know what I mean? Like when the alcohol on you is so thick that it's seeping through the door. And then not only were you trashed, but you were high on pharmaceutical. And I'm not talking about Vicks Vapor Rub and NyQuil. Okay. Okay. So, I'm sure coming up, taking the time to do a diss record, you know, for, this guy in pink dresses than his girlfriend does. And she's supposed to be a scientist or what? Like, is she like what kind of scientist is she? Is she a scientologist? That would make you know, I, you know, hey Christy Bates, hey Teresa, you know it's a while. Listen to me, okay? So, are you gonna be here soon? Cause I'm gonna get ready to like tap in with the family. Welcome back to Jaguar Country, guys. Hi. I'm just on y'all know who I'm talking to. I just figured it'd be kind of cool to have like a, oh, okay. Well,
I don't know why I'm stuck.
you're here, so uh,
Yeah, I mean, am I stuck? Am I stuck? What's up?
there you go. All right. Well, I guess we
Oh,
can hang up
yeah,
here so we can be
this
here.
thing is tripping. Yeah, this damn
Okay.
thing is tripping.
All right.
This thing is tripping because I got the camera on. Yeah, wow. All right, there we go.
First things first. I want to say something to you. I'm happy you're alive,
Yeah,
and
why
I'm
wouldn't I
glad
be?
you're here.
Why wouldn't I be alive? What happened?
No, I'm just saying all kinds of things happen in this life and in this world, and not everybody not everybody gets to see their loved one. Have you know? It's funny. We were just talking, and you were saying how you've got trauma fatigue from everything that's happening with Charlie Kirk right now. So
Yeah, I need a vacation for real because it's just it's too much. Like for real,
nonstop.
it's ridiculous.
No, seriously, you always have to tell the people that you love and that you care about. Before we get into this live today, and guys, let's keep hitting that like button. Um, you can't wait for cooler weather so you can rock your sweatshirt. That's what's up. Um, but yeah, I want to take a moment seriously though, and just I'm a human being. I've been through a lot and I've lost a lot in my life. And I'm telling you, you got to be grateful. There's so many people that don't have, that are losing. And I said it on my community post, but I'm going to say it right here. Watching Candace Owens twist and turn over this thing was a very uncomfortable situation. So I want to officially offer her my condolences for the loss of her friend. Um, and yet, all of this stuff, it's really poking at other things, you know? And it is. There's just great fatigue that's happening now. I want to pull something up though. So I bet Utah Valley University never thought that they were going to be popping like this. Boy. Hmm. It's funny. Candace said something on her live talking about take your children out of public schools and private schools because they're indoctrinating kids. And I'd have to agree with her on that. If I had small children right now, I wouldn't have them in normal schools. Not at all. Homeschool. It would definitely be homeschool. Um, I wouldn't trust those people. Hmm. So yeah, there was something that you shared with me. You know what? I probably needed to reconfigure this in another way. This image,
Yeah, it needs to be edited.
I would need to reconfigure
Because
it in a
yeah, you
way.
may have to just show the one half
Yeah, I
of.
see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do that without destroying everything. Okay, can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. All right. No, that's not it. Yeah, see, I just did that and then I went and edited it. Let me see if
Yeah,
I
don't
can.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me see what I can do
No, because
because
I just edited it and it's just not it's not cooperating for me. So anyway, maybe you can help me
I'll
with
try
it.
it. I'll try. Give me a second.
So there's a lot of images that are passing around and there's a lot of stuff that's going around, especially regarding this kid. Like I'm just sitting here trying to figure it out like what's the real story behind all of this with this kid? He's a kid. And I'm not saying that children aren't capable of doing terrible things. They absolutely are. But he's a kid. Candace brought up some interesting points today. Other people have brought up some interesting points today. There's a lot of people bringing up a lot of interesting things. One content creator was actually talking about They found the detonation box, but the image that I was trying to show you, and we'll see if we can get it up here at some point. And as I'm looking at the photo, I understand firearms. I understand how trajectory works. I understand blood spatter. I understand all of that. Not an ounce of blood spatter. There were people sitting behind him. None of them had blood on them. Like when JFK got assassinated, it was all over everybody. No blood spatter. And that show Dexter, I used to watch that show on a regular basis. And if anybody knows, he was a serial unaliver who specialized in blood spatter for the police, and he was able to hide his serial behavior and the people that he hunted and the stuff that he did. Like he figured that if he hunted bad people, people that the cops were looking for, that it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know how have any of you ever seen Dexter? It was a very interesting show on Showtime. I thought it was so interesting that he went from 6 feet under to that. That was
Mm.
interesting. He literally went from being in a mortuary, like his whole like that part of his career. It was very morbid. He was working with the dead on HBO, and now he's unaliving people for Showtime. But it was a very interesting show, wasn't it? And it's wild because like you grew an attachment to him. You became vested in his story, even though he was a serial unaliver who was taking life because he had the craving, he had the urge, he needed to do that. It was a part of who he was. It had become a part of his pathology. And for those who followed the whole series and made it all the way through, like I've always said, the reason why people love the bad guys in shows is not because they don't know what they're doing is wrong. They want to see if they're ever going to get caught.
Mhm.
That's really what it's all about. Like I know that there's a lot of people that still that watch me here on YouTube that want to know if Jaguar Wright is ever going to fold, or we get invested in stories in different ways. And salute to everybody that was in the room. We had almost 1,000 people in here a second ago. Now we have about 700. We fluctuate. They've been playing with our numbers so tough on this channel. It's really wild. But whatever the case may be, we could do better with these likes. So if we could get like 300, 400 more likes, that would be awesome. Um, but when it comes to, that show Dexter, like I was saying, we wanted to see how long he was going to get away with it. We wanted to see if he was ever going to get caught. Are the police officers around him? There were people that discovered along the way what he was. Were they ever going to turn him in? And I kind of feel like that's kind of like what's going on now with the Charlie Kirk case. I don't think people are watching because they're looking for justice. I don't think people are watching because they're really interested in whether or not they have the right person or not. We just want to see who's going to get away with it, what's going to, it's weird. That's just how human nature is. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this kid. And the second that I heard them say that they found messages on Discord and that they're using messages from Discord, yeah, instantly I'm like, okay, there's something fallible going on here. All right, because there's a lot of stalkers here on YouTube who use Discord to set up all of their little this and set up all of their little that and to do this and to do that. Welcome, Chalet. Um, but yeah, let's be clear. Discord is a place for nefarious behavior. But you want to know what I do know? A lot of people, they delete a lot of stuff that's in their discords. And not only that, stuff can be planted in to people's discord. So, it's what this look, I don't know if that's the look of regret. I don't know. You know what it looks like to me? I can't believe I'm here. That's what it looks like to me. I can't believe I'm here. So this guy, his trans girlfriend, like I said, everything surrounding this Charlie Kirk unaliving, this assassination, as they're calling it, it's weird. But some really interesting things did pop up. Candace was pulling some interesting things. The simple fact that the governor said that this young man hasn't confessed yet, but he turned himself in or he was turned in. So clearly somebody, hey, Keisha. So clearly somebody thought he was guilty and turned him over. Like there's just a lot of stuff going on. But it's the forensic stuff that I'm most interested in. The stuff with the gun. The gun was dismantled, then it was put back together when it was found. Like there's a lot of stuff that's wrong here. But if you ever get a chance to pull up that image, that would be great. We've been talking about this. When we watched the impact, it it wasn't like this. It was like this. It went straight through. And we saw it, and then we saw the gouge, and then we saw the spill, and we saw the slump. There's a couple other content creators that were making an assertion that there was some kind of device just under Charlie's shirt. We were talking, and you had said that you could see like there was some kind of movement that happened underneath his shirt right before the entry.
Hold on,
But
let
when
me pull this up because now I gotta as these mother efforts be saying gotta pull the receipts, right?
yeah.
Give me 1 second because I had God, where's it at?
But see, this is the thing. The kind of bullet that was supposed to be. From that angle, it should have been a through and through.
Yeah.
Like it's not like this was some 22. If 22 goes in. Sometimes, all depending on the trajectory of it, it might not come out. It might just stay in there. A 22 can slow down. That's what makes 22 so dangerous because they go in a lot of times they don't come out and they just rattle around in the body and they just create a lot of chaos. They do a lot. This is supposed to be, high velocity. This is big ammo. It should have been through and through.
Let me see if I got it here.
Rifle ammunition is going to go through and through. It's not just going to go and stay. And if anyone has ever watched Dexter, don't forget, Dexter was a blood spatter expert. That's what he did. Point of impact, point of contact, all of that. So I want to talk about that ammo, how it hit him. Because they were trying to make it seem like it came from the roof, but it would have went this way. That would have been a completely different. We all saw it. It was, and then the splatter for those of us that saw it. Well, not the splatter, it was a pour. It was gouging pour. It was a very controlled pour when you come to think about it. Hmm. But that kind of ammo going through a neck, it should have went through and came out the other side. Am I wrong?
No.
And if it had a gone through and out the other side, then there should have been pooling, not just on the one side, but on the other side as well. Actually, the pooling probably would have been more on the right side. And then upon exit, there should have been spray. There were people that were sitting behind him. Did they catch anybody with, blood on them? Did we see anybody around him with blood on him? Now, see, that's the one side. That's the other side. There we go. I don't know who that woman was that was just walking through, but hi,
The
honey.
news. I'm watching the news.
That's
That's the lady on the news.
no, because I thought she was coming through like Vanna White.
she, she gonna change the mother. Yeah.
No, I thought she was coming through to point out what we talking about. And
Oh, that
welcome to
would have
all
been funny.
1700. Welcome to all 1700. I was about to say,
We
yo, we
we
stepping up
need
our game around
we
here.
need a van. Yeah, that would have been dope. A Vanna
We
Black.
got a virtual, you know
Like
what I
let's.
mean, blood
We need to do
analyst
that. Look,
Vanna.
well, I'm gonna put him on here. Look, I got some lawyers.
You know what?
Vanna Black, and then we got yeah. No, this right here talked
even
about
if the
this was
bullet even if the bullet had have gone downwards, but like we said, everyone saw the point of contact.
no,
If anyone
here's
was
20
paying attention,
seconds.
it came this way. It did not come this way. And even if it had come out, there was no blood. We would have seen it
This is 20 seconds before 20 seconds after the powing.
after the,
And
the
yeah, after the powing, and then what they said is, there's no none of the, and it would have left a hole. It essentially would have left a
somewhere.
hole. And then let me see if I can find this what I was looking at before. Probably gonna be hard for me to find, but I was looking, and I didn't want to show the whole video. It was on IG.
Let's like this video. We've been here for 30 minutes now. Come on, we should be at 500 likes by now. Seriously.
Yeah, hold on. It
Let's
should
let them know
be.
we here. We up in here. Yeah, the bloop. There's no bloop. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, see, there's two things that I'm thinking right now. It's clear we're not getting all the information. It's clear something's off here. The first person, the old man, I don't even know why he was grabbed, but he was grabbed and his picture was fundled out. And then there was someone else who was a person of interest, and that didn't work. And then we got this guy. He had a bulletproof vest that might have caught the exit. Really? That's interesting. That's definitely an interesting point of view. But what kind of bulletproof vest are you talking about? Because usually bulletproof vests, they cover your front, they cover your back. There's points of vulnerability on the sides usually. I haven't seen too many. I mean, was he wearing like hardcore Kevlar? Like fully body casted? That's wild. Nobody mentioned that yet. Military grade. He was wearing military grade. I don't know. It's funny. Seems like they might have mentioned that. For all of the things that they're not mentioning, it seems like they would have mentioned that. Even still, no splatter and no pooling. He just showed you the picture. Can you pull the picture up again? Let's say you're right. And let's say that the point of entry went here and it traveled at that velocity down. It would have come out somewhere right around just underneath the rib cage because the rib cage is right here. So it would have come somewhere right around there, which means even if it got stopped from going any further, it would have punctured something. There would have been some kind of bleed somewhere. We're talking about high velocity ammo. So I want you to think about that point of entry and think about the accuracy of how bullets travel after they've been. Trust me, I know. I shoot ARs, or at least I used to. Those things, it I don't know. But the thing is we all saw whatever
Yeah,
happened, the impact came this way.
and now I can't find that angle that I wanted everyone to see. See how this stuff works. Because I had a
It got s-
video. Let me go under my. Maybe I got to go under my. Yeah,
and
there's
it's
an
gone
angle
now,
that
right?
everybody needs to be. No, that's not that it's gone. It's just that it's Yeah, I gotta. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's very interesting. Could have before I saved it. Where is it at?
No splatter though.
No, no, no. It's not. No, no.
What?
It's this is. I'm not showing splatter. I'm just gonna show. Yeah, I just gotta find this video. Honestly.
Oh no, I'm
Um.
not saying don't show any splatter. I'm saying there is none. It's clean.
Yeah, I can't find this damn thing now.
It's probably the most polite assassination I've ever seen when you look at it up close.
Well, maybe that's just my. That's God's way of saying let's not even go there because I told you I didn't want to get into the. I really didn't want to get into the details, but in order for me to plead my case in regards to what I'm talking about, I needed to show this because there was a different angle. There's a gentleman who's pretty much in front of Charlie Kirk, and
Mm-hmm.
it looked like he detonates something, or he pulls a he presses
A
a
lever,
button
like a
shirt
button or something.
on his shirt, yeah, and then that's when the pop happens because
Because somebody was saying it looked like somebody was sitting there making a signal or something
well, behind him, but there was an angle that I got from
in
a source,
front.
and it was in front of him. It was the guy was literally maybe a few feet away from him, and they were showing that they were showing the timing of it. He had yeah, there's a guy in the back that gives the hand signals. He's behind Charlie, but then there's a person in front, and it looks like he may have had like a hand pow pow, like something that you know you really couldn't see, and then he was making some gestures, and then he kind of pressed a button on his chest, and boom, Charlie got hit.
And then that was the, and then he fell and there was the pooling
Yeah,
that we saw.
and
Yeah, man.
I don't even really want to get into the whole thing in regards
It
to.
was a bodyguard.
No, I don't think it was a bodyguard. I really I gotta find it. Just give me 1 second. I have to find. I will find it, but I don't want to even get into the whole thing with the GUN being dismantled, the guy jumping off of the roof without the weapon. This whole thing looks fishy, and that's why I said I always say this. I say I rather get all the information first, then make a comment. But but yeah, it's just real fishy. Of course, they say
We have a right to question the validity of it. And it's got to pass the smell test. Are you kidding me? We're buffering. Oh, and now the views are going down too. Why are they always playing these games? Why are there always people trying to report my live to stop our commentary.
Just keep going. They said the sound went out.
What was just
It's
said.
I hear I mean, I hear it, it's fine, but
Yeah, you hear it, I hear it, but they don't hear it, which means we've got people playing. We've got mice in the walls playing. The point of what we were saying is this. There's something wrong with all of this. And everyone is starting to pick it out piece by piece, thread by thread. Everyone is starting to see something's wrong here. The question is, why? Some people are saying that it's staged. If it was staged, then this is one of the cruelest tricks anyone could have played on the United States as a whole. And if it was staged, if it's not real, then what's the deal with this guy? Like, what's really the deal? Barely 72 hours later, his casket was already ready. Like, it's just, there's a lot. And I'm not saying that he's not. I'm willing to accept the fact that his life was taken. I'm going to take their word for it. That's what they're insisting. 1111. 150 more likes would be great. I'm willing to just accept it. What I don't understand is why are all these inconsistencies not being explained? All of America was traumatized by this. All of America. Millions of people were forced to see these images that are stuck in their head. They made sure everyone saw it. Just like we all had to see Jeffrey Epstein, right? When they made sure, when they rolled him out of the jail and and they made sure that the coroner bag was open so we could see a face, and people are still arguing about whether or not it was his nose, people saying it was the wrong nose. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. But if this wasn't real, then this is probably one of the cruelest events that has happened in quite some time, because that means people were traumatized for effect. Something happens here every time we go through a traumatic experience in this country. Next thing you know, just our entire society, it's a mess. So now here we are. And when Odell finds, you know, the image that he wanted to share with us, I want you guys to just think about all of this. Think about what we're saying here. Think about what's really going on. Think about what they're saying. Think about what's not being said. Candace asked some really good questions today, and she's coming out guns blazing, showing text messages, and she's making all kinds of demands. There's a lot of people that are saying a lot of things. You know, even down to what he was talking about, the questions that were being asked. It was all so damn triggering. They made sure that he was speaking about Black gang violence. He was talking about LGBT. Like there was a lot of stuff that was going on. A lot of stuff. The kind of stuff that makes radicals on both sides say terrible things. When it first happened, me and Odell were talking, and I said, they this couldn't have happened. It's seamless for civil unrest. Like if civil unrest was the goal, if turning everyone in America against each other was the goal, Charlie Kirk was probably the best person that this, for the worst reasons. I mean, it's a tragedy. One way or the other, no matter how you look at it, it's a tragedy. This 31-year-old guy, he was about to turn 32 next year. He was born a month after my firstborn son. My firstborn son didn't make it past 25. Charlie didn't make it to 32. These are young people. It's always terrible when young people die. I remember when Biggie died. I remember when Tupac died. 24, 25 years old. Nipsey Hussle, 33. When we lose young people, your daughter's going to be 31 in October. Like when we lose young people, it doesn't matter, you know. They're all exactly, they're babies. For adults, grown people like us, it's it's just it's a shame. It's just a shame. And that's the thing. If this was an orchestrated, or if this was a plot, if this was a coup, there are some people that are trying to really push the agenda that the Israelis are behind this. This what was his name? Netanyahu? Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounce it?
Netan
Netanyahu?
Netanyahu, yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. I got the dyslexia problem. Um, I don't really talk about this guy. I don't talk about any of that stuff. I try to stay away from geopolitics. For me, my big thing is to stop the teleporting and to stop, the corruption in the entertainment industry as a whole that helps feed the human teleporting and the traffic to the king and the essay abuse and all of that stuff. Ooh, Kiki eyes, you got a baby that's 47? My God. Wow. What salute to you. Yeah, it's paralyzing to our communities when young parents pass away and when children pass away. It's paralyzing. It is. But see, what his death triggered is what I really want to talk about. Like, we're acknowledging the tragedy, we're acknowledging all that's going on. And guys, we're getting close, but if we could get another 75 likes, that would be awesome. It is. It's paralyzing. It is. It's very much so. Like, that's just like, listen to me. There's a lot of moving parts. What do you mean there's no sound? There's a lot of moving parts. Oh, honey, it was a huge energy surge. All of the energy we pushed out, all of that pouring out into the world. Whew, man. Okay, what's going on here? I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a second. I'm my lighting. I got lighting issues. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. No, but seriously, it's looking at her, give her speech, thinking about their children. They've been draining us for days. Seeing her, it just triggered it triggered it all over again. Do you remember when I was saying to you, Odell, it's gonna be just like Jackie Kennedy after JFK was
Mhm.
assassinated?
Mhm.
I was like, the only thing is that she's not gonna have, the blood stains all over, a pink Chanel suit.
Yep. Yep.
About this, about that. And millions of people were invested in this. Millions. It's okay, Bethany. We're here for a bit. But seriously, Set in the West is going to have to leave for a little bit. But we're here. And, all depending on how the conversation goes, we might be here in enough time for him to come back. Don't know. Don't know if we even need to be here that long. We might be able to wrap this up in a few minutes. But I'm serious. Like, that's why I put what I put on the thumbnail. The tragedy, the grift, and then the act. Like, this is a three-tiered, it's multi-layered. You got the Charlie Kirk tragedy, because everything that we watched, it was a tragedy. It was terrible. Absolutely. Happy Earth Day to you, Barbara. I mean, it was an absolute tragedy, and we all know that. And America never wastes a good tragedy. And then from there, we went right into the grift. Now, you still working on it, Odell?
I can't find it. I give up. What's up with the echo?
What echo?
It was an echo, but it's fine now.
So if I go in the algorithm, uh-oh, somebody's accusing the diddler, the jigger man, and the baby of using dark magic.
Uh-oh.
Wonder what it's all about. Gonna have to check that out in a little bit.
It's
You
always
know,
something.
no, I'm just saying, it's so funny to me. It's just funny to me. Yeah, 222 12222. And how are we doing with those likes? We could be doing a little better with the likes. I think we need like 15 more to get to that 500, and that would be great. And as people come in and out, please don't forget to like. And if you want, please share. And if you'd like to become a part of the chat, all you have to do is become a member. We have a cool little community over here, Jag Nation. We're good. We're fun. I wish I could patent the diddler, but it was already taken. It's like some kind of beer, isn't it? The diddler. Wow. No, but I'm curious to how many people Charlie Kirk fed this week, because a lot of people made a lot of money off of Charlie Kirk. Like right now on his channel, and Charlie Kirk has almost 5 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. Welcome, Charcoal. Welcome to Jag Nation. They got 8,000 people over there watching. Do you know the kind of money that this is making for YouTube right now on those ads? Hmm. My goodness. So right now, they're having a candlelight vigil, and they're doing it on Charlie Kirk's channel. Okay. Let's just see how many people have posted about him in the past 24 hours. Inside Edition is 23,000 views. You did? Oh, awesome, ACG. I hope you love it. I hope you love it. I hope
Oh,
everybody
you ordered
sees.
it? Okay, let me check because I got to get the next batch out to my people. Yeah, good looking out.
So yeah, we're talking about 23,000 views 4 hours ago, 83,000, 89,000 views 4 hours ago, 100,000 views 3 hours ago. That's on Forbes. WSJ News, 290,000 views. Oh, here we go. Somebody else sharing that. Times Now, they're running it, 370 people watching. 2 hours ago, 3.3K views. Candace Owens live that posted. It's been 2 hours since post. That's already at 1.7 million. But Candace has almost about as many subscribers as Charlie does, doesn't she? About that, yeah, four. She's over 4 million. She's 4 point.
Yeah, she's almost at 5.
Yeah, she's. I think she's right behind Charlie because Charlie's almost at 5. You got 800,000 views from 13 hours ago with ABC. 200 and Eric, something named Eric's. I told my dad. The guy said like the lying and the AI channels alone are racking up the money. Hey, Ketcha, welcome, welcome. So, or is it Keisha? Yeah, yeah. That's a 250,000 views in a day, and then we got 350, like 191 on the Hindustan Times. Watching currently right now, 4 days ago, 2.9 million views. 7,000 views 2 hours ago on the and half of these channels are channels I've never even seen before. Keisha, okay. Okay, great, great. Um, I've never I have never seen some of these channels. New York Post, 11 hours ago, they snatched. I'm talking about, these are millions upon millions of views. There's this guy here. He looks like a real patriot. Thinking about Charlie Clark 3 days ago, 2.4 million views. Do you guys hear what I'm telling you? Are you listening to this? 2 million views 1 day ago. Melanie King, NBC, 3,000 views 6 hours ago. Of course, Charlie Kirk is live. That's 8,000 views. Another Charlie Kirk video, 1.6 million views from 7 hours ago. There's another video here, 5.8 million views. I mean, I'm sure his channel is doing all kinds of number. Fox News, 12 hours ago, 52,000 views. Grammy Neil, 120. Like, this is off channel after channel after channel. And just in the past 3 days, I'm looking at least 50 million views, probably in the past 3 days. 50 million views. Easy. Charlie Kirk's name is probably going to rack up in these next in a total 2 weeks about 1 billion views. Now, 1 million views can get you anywhere from, all depending on how the ad sponsorship and all of that stuff is attached. 1 million views can get you anywhere from 6 to 10K. From 6 to 10K. So if you can do that with 1 million, you're talking about 100,000 with 100 million views. I mean, with 10 million views, about that. Uh,
It's going to be
so
close
like
to maybe 400K, something like that.
1 billion views.
A billion? I thought you said a million.
No, I'm saying he's probably gonna garner about 1 billion views. His name
Oh,
on YouTube alone. It's gonna garner about 1 billion views. I'm just sitting here trying to do the math. It's probably like that's a big that's a big purse. I'm sitting here trying to make sure that I'm doing the math right. Let me pull out my calculator because the last thing I want to do is sit here like some of these content creators and be sitting here doing math wrong, doing all kinds of stuff wrong. Let's add this up a little bit. Okay. So if we're saying about 10,000, because all his videos are going to be green, they're all going to be green. Even the people cursing because it's him. Let's just be honest. Okay, so if that's 10,000 for 1 million views, so yeah. Okay, let's see. So let's just say times 10. Yeah, that's 100,000. So we're talking about 100,000 for every 10 million views. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Times that by 10. I'm not even going to get into it. And then take that. Yeah. Charlie Kirk's name is gonna make probably like 100, maybe $100 million in the next couple weeks. 100 million. I wonder how many of those people actually care about him. You've got every clout chaser known to man. You've got, yeah, about 100 million. His name is gonna make about 100 million. People are grifting off of his name left and right, saying all kinds of things. Okay, so what was it that Kanye used to say? Traumatize and monetize. Okay, so we have the Charlie Kirk tragedy that traumatized America. And now everybody's in their feelings and everybody's in their emotions. And now we're into the Charlie Kirk grift, where everyone is using him for content and everyone is making money off of his name. Like I said, it's probably going to be about 100 million. Computer red, more, more, until the day, put another bump up in the head. Call it entertainment instead. Computer bread, computer bread. Get 'em. You remember? You remember? Hmm. My God. $100 million and no blood splatter. No blood splatter. $100 million. Okay, so we got the traumatized, we got the monetized, and now let's talk about the Charlie Kirk Act. Guys, like this whole situation is a cluster beyond words. Um, Nobody seems to have the right information about anything. People are upset. Candace is about to go on tear. This is going to be interesting to watch. There was something that I saw on her face, though. I don't know if everybody else caught it. She knows something. And I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at her live one more time. I think she dropped a clue about something that she probably didn't want anybody to know. So this went
No,
up on
she's
chain.
very calculating. I think she trust me. She probably knew what she was saying. What's the
Oh, I know
clue?
she knows what she's saying. I know she knows what she's saying, but this is the thing. I think she's playing chicken because I think I know exactly who she's trying to shake down. And she keeps talking about turning point and who they better not replace 1111 and a two. Who they better not replace. Like there's a lot like a H look, number one, HBCUs. Like I can't even get into it, G. Everyone went off in their own little world. Like you've got racism everywhere, racism galore everywhere. You got This side blaming this side, that side blaming this side, these people blaming these people, this alphabet group blaming this alphabet. It's like I said, taking him out. I'm just curious because Candace didn't say anything about that. Because if I'm correct, what did JD Vance say? I'm filling in for somebody who can't be filled in for. Our
Oh,
vice,
I got you. I got you. I got you.
like, I'm not even going to get too heavy on that. I'm just going to let that subliminal ride. Yeah, it's the war of the alphabet people on all sides, government and social. It's insane. And in the meantime, this man hasn't even been gone a week. He hasn't even been gone a week. Enact the Charlie Kirk Act to restore media accountability. So basically, all of the grifters who ran around doing all of this craziness and talking all of this craziness, that's the reason why they came up with this. This is a real petition on change.org. Verified signatures 102,351. Okay, from traumatized to monetize and now control. So here we go. Here's the issue. I watched a powerful and influential man die in a public setting, surrounded by thousands of people who simply came to engage in a dialogue championing free speech, truth, and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. His life was taken not from any wrongdoing on his own, but because of unfounded allegations perpetuated by mainstream media. These allegations lacked any substantial evidence, offering a stark reminder of the extent to which misinformation can endanger lives. We find ourselves calling for the re-implement the re-implementation of the Smith-Munt Act, a pivotal legislative piece that safeguarded the American public from the manipulation and dissemination of false information. However, in this new era, it should be revitalized and renamed as the Charlie Kirk Act. This amended act will hold media outlets, radio stations, educators, and content creators accountable for the false narratives and erroneous information they spread deliberately or irresponsibly. So they went digging in the crates for a how do we make them shut the fuck up rule? And they found one. And now they want to rename it the Charlie Kirk Act. Moreover, we propose stringent penalties for social media companies that censor information unfairly. Oh, YouTube, you be in trouble. What you think, honey? I think YouTube might be in trouble. It definitely going. They would go after TikTok heavy too. Okay, so let's hear this. Moreover, we propose stringent penalties for social media companies that censor information unfairly. Each violation should be subject to a fine amounting to at least 35% of the company's value. YouTube is like a $200 million company. I'm sorry, $1 billion company. Y'all know that, right? YouTube is worth like 200 billion. 10% of 200 billion is 200 million. So we talking about if they could pull something like this off and they come after YouTube, they could hit YouTube up for like a quick half a bill. Like more than half a bill, actually. Because 200 million three times, that's 600 million. And then another half on that. Yeah, that's 700 million. What do you think about that, Odell, before you have to roll?
Hold on, it cut out. You say, what do I have to think about what?
About the fact that did you hear with this? They want the fine to be coming for social media companies in the amount of 35% for YouTube. That would be like 700 million. I
Yeah,
mean,
then all these tech companies will pretty much it's pretty
fold.
much done. That's it. No more social media because they're not going to take that risk. I was looking up
Baseless, wait a
a
minute,
documentary.
baseless
I was look
accusations such as labeling individuals as bigots, fascists, or racists without verifiable proof tarnish reputations and endanger lives. Such acts should not be tolerated and must invite strict accountability measures. Bigots, fascists, and racists. How many content creators have been running around? Wow. See what y'all did? You were saying, Odell?
nothing.
No, you were saying something. I just wanted to finish that paragraph. Nothing? I want y'all to understand. See, part of the reason why we don't speak on certain things is because we're paying attention to what the fallout's going to be. This economy is changing quickly. There's a lot of people that rely on social media. They rely on social media. If they get they already over 100,000 signatures in. All of you people that talked about this woman, that talked about her children, people like Charleston White, y'all attacking all of this, y'all, y'all about to make social media go bye bye. How are you people going to survive? Not only that, this would give the government the ability to decide what is factual and what is not. They're not going to leave it in our hands and they're not going to leave it in the social media people's hands. They're going to probably come up with some kind of like media czar. I want y'all to think about how many people have had cash money bullshit to talk about Donald J. Trump. Like, I want y'all to really think about all of this. See, there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong. Like, a lot of people might, oh, he said a lot. He said a lot. He talked about the kids too. He's got a thing with talking about people's kids, man. You want to know what in those recent posts of his, where I don't know, I guess he got a tan. It looks like he has like a lambskin condom pulled over his head. But you're like, I don't care what you think about the parents. You ain't got to talk about the kids. You ain't got to talk about the kids. The kids just lost their father. Like it just you doing too much. Yeah, it looks like a little lambskin, like he got a lambskin condom pulled over his head. But well, no, because see, you say stuff like that, and then what it does is for the people who are a little bit more overzealous on the other side, it gives them a reason to keep going. See, everybody's sitting around talking about free speech, and everyone's sitting around talking about, oh, and this is how I feel, and this is how I feel, and this is how I feel, and y'all gonna feel us right into the Charlie Kirk Act. You start talking about people's kids, and then it gives other people the right to start talking about our kids. See, it's just it like a lot of the stuff that people are saying right now. It's all emotional. It's all very, very, very emotional. Like extremely emotional. We don't need to be emotional right now. We need to keep our our glimmers on, because I'm telling you right now, they traumatized, right? And then they monetized, and now they're going to act. Is all of their commentary worth it? Censoring all of America. Because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at full on censorship. Now, a lot of people could say a lot of things about me, whatever the case may be. But let's be clear. Y'all want to keep playing with the people who got their finger on the button. But I don't know if y'all are willing to deal with the consequences of your actions. Traumatize, monetize, and action. We got to find another way to make our point without giving people a reason to do more. I know a lot of people got a lot of things to say about a lot of the things that I have said, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people be in their feelings about a lot of stuff. I know everybody wants me to be a liar. Everybody wants me to be this. Everybody wants me to be that. Whatever the case may be. But as per my First Amendment right, I spoke out against things that I witnessed that were a danger to my community. And look at all that we've learned, and look at all that came out. But I don't just run around online attacking people like some kind of wild animal. I don't just run around looking for someone to trash to go viral. I'm not just sitting here gossiping. The things that I've shared with you guys, trust me, regardless of how funny I might have said them, or the things that I said and the way that I've made people laugh, I have a natural sense of humor. And traumatic things, I tend to use humor because they're very, very, very traumatizing. But at the end of the day, you don't see me literally just going after people to go after people. If the views seem to get a little stale or the views go down on my channel, I'm just on my commentary. I'm on my JO. You don't see me going out of my way to start fights with people, to pick fights with people, to go after people, to talk crazy about people. Just so I can get people like Charleston White's literal agenda over the course of this past 5 days. The second he said it himself. He didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. He didn't even know who he was. Want to know part of the reason why you haven't heard me talk a lot about it? Because he was never content for me. Y'all never heard me talk about him because I never talked about him. The only reason I'm speaking his name now is because I want to point out how ridiculous it is how many people are speaking his name. Yeah, I do. I do rattle cages. I do. I rattle the cages that need to be rattled. See, I go after the things that are happening in plain sight that get ignored, that people try to pretend don't exist. That's what I do. Because I know the harm that it's doing. I know who it's hurting. And I have a very good understanding of why it's allowed to happen. And trust me, I know that there are people in the lay world and in government that got issues with some of the things that I've said. Trust me, I know that. I know that. And yet it needed to be said because we got too many issues in our community as a whole. And for me being the color that I am, we got too many issues in our community that aren't being addressed. We have too many oh, the white people like her because she's going after the black men and she bringing the black men down. I'm not looking at color. I didn't get into doing what I'm doing to be a part of the color war. Wasn't interested in it at all. Not at all. I'm interested in who in our government is going to handle up on these monsters because I'm sick and tired of seeing people my color die long before their time, long before their prime. I'm sick and tired of seeing people who do nothing but try to bring prosperity to their people end up dead for no good reason at all. I'm sick and tired of seeing one of God's greatest gifts, music, be used to turn people into degenerates. Like, people are sitting here talking all kinds of crazy and saying, oh, well, he said this about our people and they said this about our people and whoop de whoop de woo. Really? Got it. So tell me something. If we didn't have drill culture, if we weren't promoting whorehouse culture, if we weren't promoting greed and and chemical dependency, Like, I want y'all to think about what this rap shit is doing. Your drug, your DUR, your D-rugs, your alcohol. You got somebody named Sexy Red that's literally encouraging people to run around in the world and infect people with all kinds of VD. I'm trying to understand, how is rap helping our future? See, hip hop is a culture. That rap, that's that industry shit. What rap record is helping our people right now? Name me one. And it's encouraging degenerate, and it's encouraging people to be assholes, and it's encouraging people to be lethargic pieces of crap. It's encouraging children. Lil Tay. Miss, I got on OnlyFans the second that I turned 18 and I made $1 million hustling my body. And I know that people that showed up to see me have been hanging around for the past 6, 7 years waiting for me to be legal so I could show them my vag. So I could show them my titties. I know that there's been some perverts. Wait, she literally said that on OnlyFans. You got little girls in their early 20s dying from getting BBLs. Hmm? How is any of this? What is this doing? Let's be clear. Cardi B can barely fucking walk after all them goddamn surgeries she's had. Hmm? She look like she about to tip over every time she's walking somewhere and gotta have her security help her around in them fucking shoes that she can barely walk in. Hmm? All of America watched Megan, the Mega Man, lie. And there's a young man sitting in jail. And she used social media to bully people into going along with that lie. Matter of fact, Rock Nation uses social media and all of their bots and all of their tech teams to do really horrible things to people. For those of you who haven't seen it, you should probably stay on the channel and look up through my videos, Defending Your Freedom, the Demore Hadley story, and listen to what her mother, the CEO of Rock Nation, did to her life using Rock Nation resources, using a tech team. This shit is so much bigger than our emotions. It's so much bigger than our emotions. How many rap songs have you heard do nothing but encourage people to live a life of debauchery, to live a life of sin? How many of these nasty bitches do you hear talking about having unprotected sex? Sexy Red is about to put out a song which takes the name Sexy Red to a whole nother level. She's literally sitting there saying that men should marry her because she likes to have sex while she's on her menstrual. You know, when we want to sit there and we want to talk about how all of these people who are not our color start talking about us like we crazy and start talking about us in a certain way, and people want to start throwing around, oh well what they said is racist, and oh well what they said is this. Yes, durgs's, sex, alcohol, and greed. Oh yeah, and fashion. Like, the thing that really pisses me off is that damn near all of the rap world, especially that drill culture and all of that foolishness, made it very possible for people like Charlie Kirk to say the things that he said. Those are facts. I don't hear nobody talking about that though. And some people might get mad at me for saying it. But when they start talking about the violence, what the fuck does drill culture promote? Young men planning to do harm to each other and saying it on records to put out into the world, going viral, and either being in jail before they're able to really enjoy the fruits of their success, or being dead. Like, if we don't want people talking about us, then why ain't we doing something to stop that? Because drill culture is nothing but corporately sponsored genocide. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, let's just be clear. A lot of the things that we don't like them saying about us, they get to say it about us because of the things that we allow to happen. Maybe if we want people to stop talking about us and calling us degenerates and saying all kinds of stuff, maybe we should stop promoting degenerate behavior. Beyonce has a whole song talking that cuff it shit. They had kids doing TikTok dances to it. We're getting effed up tonight. Until you see stars, I bet you go far. I bet you gonna be out of your mind, high out of your mind. She had a whole song called Drunk in Love. How the fuck do you know it was love you was experiencing? You was drunk, bitch. I don't get it. You gotta be drunk to like who you having sex with. Then that says a lot about you. You sitting there talking about your husband, about how you had to be, because that's really what the song is saying. Drunk in love. I don't know what happened or how it happens, because I don't remember what happened because I was so drunk. You gotta be drunk to have sex with the man that you married to. Like, didn't nobody look at that? Didn't nobody peep game? The things that you people worship. That part, Reese. Stand by your man. Stop trying to pretend that you're going to divorce him every other year so you can make your fan base feel sorry for you. Clear. The very things that people are upset about, that they're saying about Black culture, are the very things that we're doing nothing about shutting down. Exactly. The songs that Solange wrote, yeah, they're great. The rest of that crap is propagating what? All of the people that they sign to these record labels, all of the stuff that they teaching girls to promote themselves as whores rather than ladies and women, propagating sex culture and whore culture, and not love and family. I don't get it. And y'all run. Y'all run to support that shit. Y'all run to support that shit. And then you encourage that shit. And then these kids is out in the street looking like a bunch of wild fucking animals, putting money into these weirdos' fucking pockets. And then y'all get mad when people start talking shit about us. Put a one in the chat. If you think I'm telling the absolute truth, put a two in the chat if you think I'm full of shit. See, that's the thing. Most of these music videos, most of these songs, most of these artists, the streams, the artwork, all of this stuff, satanic, ritualistic, inhumane, and definitely ungodly. Definitely ungodly. And you let your kids listen to this shit. And then you sit there and you get mad at people like me when I call out the devil for what it is. But I'm the bad guy. But then you want to get mad when they start talking about it. And they put it on all of us. Yet we do nothing to stop them. I don't get it. Do I offer singing lessons at all? Oh, not really, not anymore. I had thought about it. I prefer to work with artists on a more intimate basis, really teaching people what art is and what their art should be to them. You know, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. The question is it's just this rap culture shit has done nothing but destroy us. All of these girls come out now, they all want to be whores. Let's just be honest. Everybody wants to be ass naked. It's become so common now that when we see these little 12 and 13-year-old girls being ran around in bustiers where they're barely developed, they're prepubescent bodies, they're barely developed, and they got push-ups going on. And then I turn around and I look on another video here and I see the girl Nova and her mom was at the Diddy party being being propagate, being propositioned to come in to potentially be teleported by one of the sons. But yeah, ain't no Rico though. Got it. Like it's just was 15 years old. She's on social media since she was 13. Her mother is the woman who was on Soft White Underbelly talking about going to the Diddy party and with the prince and almost getting teleported. But she ran out and she said she saw little people there, little people dressed like Harajuku Barbies. I don't understand. And meanwhile, she's now parading her daughter around to content creators who are sexualizing this little girl. They actually did an interview with her in a sheer top with her budding breast showing through, and nobody even got her anything to cover herself up. And meanwhile, content creators is online right now still talking cash money bullshit about it. She's being hosted by the Adam 1620 whatever, the no jumper person, and ain't nobody calling the authorities on him. This is what rap culture is doing for us. And y'all mad at them for talking about us while we're sitting here letting that go on. See, we should have been shut all of this shit down. And then they wouldn't have been able to say any of those things. See. But no, I'm the bad guy for speaking up. Yeah. Like that's the thing. It's one thing to be mad at these people if they're making this shit up and none of it's true. But a lot of the stuff that they're saying is very true about the most publicized part of our community. They don't put the spotlight on good people. They don't put the spotlight on good families. They don't put the spotlight on stuff that's wholesome. They don't put the spotlight on stuff that's positive. No, they only put it on trash, which encourages people to behave like trash. I just genuinely want to thank you, Jaguar. That's why I'm here. That's why they don't want me here. Like, rather than sitting around pointing the finger at who's this and who's that and who shot John and whoopty whoopty woo and yada yada yada. We need to clean up our own neighborhoods. But we can't sit around and be self-righteous and say, hey, you don't have the right to talk about us like this and talk about us like that. And how dare you? And do you know what you said about this? And do you know what you said about that? But then your ass is at the fucking Beyonce concert, bitch. All of you bitches. Like there's a lot of so-called like bitches on here that be talking all kinds of fly and yeah, 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 yeah. And you saying this about black people and you saying this about black people, but your ass, your ass is down with the Cardi B music. Your ass is down with the whore culture. You You skipped your cardinal to go to the Renaissance. Then you went out and started buying fucking cowboy hats. Like, the fuck is wrong with you people? And neither can our cousin Glorilla. See what I'm saying? When you think about Kamala Harris and spending over $1 billion and being in debt after blowing through $1 billion, how many of y'all was watching your little nieces and your little cousins and shit dance to that song WAP? Hmm? How many? Well, know what's funny? They talked all that shit in their record about a WAP this and a WAP that, and can't neither one of them keep a man. Or at least keep a man faithful and loyal. I guess that WAP ain't whopping. Or maybe it's just a whopper. Because it surely ain't a fucking Happy Meal. I don't understand. What you mean? Let's save all of the righteous indignation for when we get our shit cleaned up. No, the brat wasn't ever naked, but then again, she was in the closet. Like, we got lies everywhere. Why are the Kardashians allowed to raise children? Hmm? Kylie was just on doing selfies and stuff with the little Stormy, teaching her how to put on makeup. She's fucking like 5. She's like 5. Why does a 5-year-old need to be learning how to put on fucking makeup? But then again, when her and her sister Kendall was like 11 years old, they was on a stripper pole in their mama bedroom. And ain't nobody called social services, huh? And all of that shit happened on TV. And people watched. The Game had his daughter at Diddy's daughter's Sweet 16 party at the age of 12, looking grown AF. Like, are y'all not noticing that all of these celebrity weirdos are grooming their children? Yeah, she was 12 at their Sweet 16, where they came dressed up looking like prostitutes. And they were turned into NFTs that night. This is what's wrong with the black community. And y'all wonder why they talk about us like trash? Like, are you kidding me? Because ain't I'd have got my ass kicked if I ever got caught dressing like that as a child. Don't get me wrong. I had some risky shit when I was a kid. I had to take it, put it in a backpack, and sneak it. Can you hear me now? They be on that button when it come to me. They be on that button. I wonder who get the Jag button. She's telling the truth. She's telling too much truth. Man, that's gotta suck. She's telling the truth again. Oh my god. Oh my god, streams are gonna be down next week. It's unbelievable. No, but for real though, you know how they do when it comes to me. They don't like me being out here too much. Well, look, we've been here for a little while, and this is what the live was about. I'm glad we did the check in today because I wanted to make sure that everyone was ready to have this conversation because we need to talk about these things. Yeah, exactly. They be on that button when it come to me. They be on that button heavy. And I want to thank everybody for the likes here. Replay gang, please get us past that 1K. To all new members, we welcome you. Thank you for being here. To all of our members who have been here with us, it's awesome. Our 1 year is coming up. 1 year. 1 year. And they said it never lasts. Oh, you know, yeah, Reese, you something else. No, but seriously, let's start focusing on. Ah, let me know when we come back. I had a love some taco. I might just say the recipe for breakfast in the morning. I don't know. It was delish. In and out again. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, we're gonna keep following what's going on. I don't know how many people can see me or hear me at this point. Yeah, can't hear. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jeez. So yeah, anyway, nah, we got to do better as just people all together. We got to do better, and um let's just pay attention to what's going on, and let's not be so quick, because sometimes we do things and we go running off in emotion and we don't realize the chain reaction of oh fuck that's coming behind it. I knew it. I told y'all weeks ago something was about to happen and I could feel it. I need to go and look at Candace's live a little bit more. I think I know how to spot her tells, but I got a feeling that she knows something. And good luck to her. Good luck to her. I know, sometimes we want to be brave. Sometimes we want to be the hero. And then sometimes just end up being the martyr. Gotta be careful. We all gotta be careful. I wonder what the count is up to now for all of the people that got fired for talking about Charlie Kirk. I wonder what that number is looking like. Because, see, the higher that number gets, the more it's going to fuel the Charlie Kirk Act. And it's so wild because last night in the Twitter space that I was in, there were a lot of angry Trump supporters. And these are people that voted for him. These are people that believed in him. And they're like, they can't believe he's even entertaining this. And it's wild because somebody said, this is the last thing that Charlie Kirk would want. And yet they're going to put it in his name. That was deep. They said there's no way that Charlie Kirk would support any kind of government action that would stifle or shut down free speech. Isn't that something? And these are people who have been following, supporting, but sometimes society goes running off into their emotions and really don't pay attention to the chain of oh fuck that's coming right behind. Because for all of these people that decided that they wanted to take this time to get into the mudslinging and the race baiting conversations, for all of the people who decided that they wanted to clout chase this deceased man, for all of the people who never spoke about him before, who are now speaking about him now for nothing more than a paycheck, for all of this stuff that's going on. Bruh, if they pass the Charlie Kirk Act, was it worth it? 777 on the likes. There's so many people that are talking about him that didn't even know he existed, didn't know who he was, didn't know this, didn't know that. It's funny. There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of people that are becoming famous that are dying out of nowhere and some tragic this, tragic that. And then all of a sudden they're becoming famous overnight. And people are, that was the one thing that I hated about Mo 3. I really didn't know much about Mo 3 until he passed away. And then I went and listened to his music. I was like, dang, that's when I started researching him. And he was right there in Dallas the whole time. But it's funny. I knew more about Yellow Beezy than I knew about him, but see, Yellow Beezy was Rock Nation. It's funny how many people become famous after they're gone. Oh, an Ebola. Oh, there's an Ebola. Yeah, I mean, y'all, these are the last days. We gonna see all kinds of stuff. And that's why I tell y'all, I'm not standing to the right. I'm not standing to the left. I'm standing right in the center with my eyes on God. I pay attention to the side. And that's where we all need to really be worried about being. Hmm. Yeah, you know me. I pay attention to this, I pay attention to that. I like to listen to what it's looking like on both sides, on all sides. I'm paying attention to everyone. That lets me know what the current's going to be. Well, guys, I'm out of here. If we find that footage or whatever, me and Odell, we might talk about it a little bit more because I'm curious to see what's going on. I want to know why all of America, why damn near half the world was traumatized. I want to know why. Why did they put us through that? Why did they put us through that? For what? Until we meet again, y'all gonna see me soon. We gonna be live this week. We around. We on deck. Until, and y'all know how I feel. Don't, don't, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't, 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 don't believe the hype. Because there's much of it out here. Much.